Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the Breakfast Show. My name is Zaisi Odoife Ideho.
Happy new month to you. Feels so good to be on your screen again. Hope you're having a beautiful month of May already. And also happy Workers' Day to all the workers around the world. Today is a public holiday and I'm definitely sure you are having the time of your life. Most importantly, it's World Press Freedom Day today, and as a journalist, I'm here to say happy World Press Freedom Day. But for Nigerians, I'm not really sure we are happy about that, because the question is, do we really have press freedom in Nigeria? Today on the Breakfast Show, we will be discussing insecurity in Nigeria. Quite broad, because the insecurity comes at different levels. We see a lot of kidnapping and banditry going on around Nigeria, Boko Haram, terrorism, to mention but a few. On the 20th of April 2021, 23 students were abducted from Greenfield University in Kaduna, Nigeria. Now 5 of those students have been killed. A staff member of the university has been killed as well, making a total of 6 people dead already as a result of that kidnapping. It's quite sad. It's quite sad. And sometimes when you're going through social media, you know, all you see is sad news, and you ask yourself, is Nigeria really a place I want to raise my kids? Because those of us who have been here for many years, I think, have developed tough skin already. I'm not alone on the show. Of course, my name is Faithy Mai, and I'm joined by Uzezi. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Why is your voice
better?
What's going on? How was your weekend?
Weekend was fine, though.
How did you celebrate Workers' Day?
I'm here.
All right, so tell me, what do you make of all of the happenings in Nigeria? Now, it's not just enough that we have bandits attacking, kidnappings going on, Boko Haram bombing. We also have individuals who have just decided to be wicked to their fellow individuals. Because sometimes we wake up and we say the police is not doing their job, the government is not doing enough, but there's no love amongst ourselves. Now, we saw the story of a young lady, a young job seeker who posted on Twitter that she was in need of a job, and someone responded and said if she would like to work as a secretary in a construction company, and she went ahead to go for the interview, and it ended in her death. Quite sad. What do you make of all of this?
I don't think it's a mistake of putting on black.
Okay.
On the Breakfast Show this morning, because going through Twitter yesterday was quite devastating for me, especially on Saturday too. You know, it's crazy. I think I've said it on this set before, that Nigerians are literally wicked to themselves. I've said it before, point blank, and I think we can just really come to a plain conclusion. Now, this is the lady, like me and you, Faith, right? We really just hope for better opportunities, and when we see one, we just try to want to go for it. Most people are saying, why did she not do background checks?
You know, it's easy for people to start saying, why didn't you do this or that, when the deal has already been done.
Via social media.
True.
I've gotten jobs from Facebook. I've gotten jobs from Instagram.
True.
I've gotten jobs, like, you know, people just seeing what I post out, and I get jobs from my social media platform. So it could just be like, oh, she said as an answered prayer, right? Like, she put up, she's searching for it. Also, we saw a lady who took to the streets with placards saying she's I think master's holder, and she needs a job, and she got a job by. So maybe the girl was just trying her shots, and to think that she was keeping in touch with her brother and I think her sister. So
she gave her all of the information,
and everything, and she even screamed at a point. And my question is, what was this sick person thinking? You just lured her to a venue to assault her, and at the end of the day, you killed her. And this is not the first time we're having such happening. Now, somebody said on my WhatsApp today, it's going to blame this on the government, because we had good systems, if we had good platforms actually to apply for jobs and seek for jobs, that this would not have happened. You know?
Now it's a two-part blame. If the government, of course, provided jobs, we would not have this situation. And secondly, if the police would have done their job, you know, they have this they have this rule that if someone a kidnap has been reported, they have to wait for 48 hours before investigation can be carried out. Now, when the case was reported to the police said they have to wait 48 hours, but Nigerians had to swing into action themselves.
And Nigerians from Twitter got the location.
They got the location, they tracked the guy down, and
so I just really think that it's a sad thing, you know, the way our government and the way our system is being run. Because if this was a daughter of a prominent Nigerian, if it was the daughter of the vice president or the president or a senator or even a local government chairman, they will go into action immediately.
I'll just say Nigerians' lives do not even matter to the Nigerian government.
I don't really think we have a government.
We do, sadly.
I don't really think we have people who are just sitting up there.
They are not functioning.
People who are just sitting up, that's me.
Yeah.
People who are just sitting up there because I don't seem to put one or two together. Even no governor has talked about this. The president won't speak about this. We have House of Rep. Nobody's going to talk about it. It's just going to slide. The way Uwa and the rest of everything has slide down, right? And people are saying that, what? I saw a post. She said she's not a runs girl now. She does not have a sugar daddy. All she was looking for was just a job. Just a job. And I've come to conclude from yesterday that there are lots of sick persons in this country.
True.
People who are just twisted mentally. Because what will make you lure her? Okay, now you've lured her, you've assaulted her quite enough, like you've done the worst you could do, right? You killed her. You did not just kill her, you dug a shallow grave and you buried her. What did she do to you? How did she offend you? Like you don't know this lady from anywhere, though. And this is not the first case. This is not the second case. And of late, that was last week. In fact, last week it was as if there was just a release for rape.
Quite sad.
Minors. What is going on?
And talking about rape, the current issue with Baba Ijesha, the Yoruba comedian and actor, and to think that most of his friends are coming out to say it's a setup when there is a CCTV footage out there clearly showing what he did. And people are saying it's a setup. People are trying to bring him down. You know, I have a problem with rapists, yes, but I think the major people that give these rapists morale are the rape apologists. People who come out to defend these rapists.
She was not properly dressed.
Because I don't know how people would think drunk? In that kind of manner. Like, we have seen what this man was trying to do or what this man did.
It was glaring.
And you still come out to say they are set. How would you set up a gold man?
Why would confess with his own mouth?
One thing I know for sure is that your true character shows when you are alone. Things you do when you are alone, that's who you are. How you act when you're alone, that is truly who you are. Because a lot of people we take as role models because we see them on social media and we see them packaged, all dressed up nice, put on nice makeup, nice car, and we think they're normal. They're not normal, they're sick people. And they need help.
There are lots of sick persons in this country. When I set up Abaisha's story, I went like, are you serious? What?
And this is something he has been doing for 7 years.
Same girl, like you are
7 years ago.
She's
14 and you're still trying to do it. It's crazy. So we complain about the government. We complain about how the government is not working, how they are not being nice to its citizens. I think the first thing we need to do is to be nice to ourselves, nice to be one another as Nigerians.
Just really needs to fix himself and just really learn to love and appreciate another Nigerian.
Now, I see a lot of people saying to their girl children, be careful where you go to, be careful how you dress. Tell people where you're going to, call and let us know where you're going to. Don't move out, don't go out at night. All of these things, Henny did not do.
No.
She did not go out at night. She ensured she told her family where she was going to. And where she was going to look for a job. And she still got killed in the process. Why don't we start telling the boy children how to treat other people, especially women?
I think you know, when it comes to Nigeria, we're always one-sided. It's always been the girl child. No bring shame to the family. So a lot of persons have successfully raised good ladies but terrible boys, right?
Quite sad.
Terrible, sick, twisted, mentally just, derailed boys. I mean, like you see a boy rape somebody and his friends are saying, oh, nothing day. Even if you rape somebody, you're not supposed to admit it. I'm like, what is going on? How did we get here?
Honestly, if we keep talking about this, we're not going to stop today. This is just the first phase of the show today. We are going to move straight to the second phase of the show where we are going to discuss insecurity in Nigeria properly. We have a guest in the studio and we'll be handing over to our co-host to handle that interview. My name is Faith Iman. Do not go anywhere.
Welcome back. With me on set this morning is Barrister Douglas Ogbakwa. I guess I'm right.
You're very correct.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We want to discuss about the insecurity in Nigeria.
Okay.
Good. Where did you get it wrong? The reason why I'm asking you is because in 2015, one of the reasons why Nigerians decided to go for the APC was because of the rising case of the Boko Haram terrorism act in the country.
Yeah.
So where did you get it wrong? Is it in the choice of the APC as an administration? Is it because of the fact that terrorism as it's where once you allow it to thrive, it gets to a point where it skyrockets? And where did you get it wrong, sir?
All right. I think the first problem we have in this country is that whenever we're going for an election, you notice that just after every election, insecurity escalates in this country.
Okay.
And there's a reason for that. The reason being that when the build up to the elections, there are a lot of arms being procured by politicians. Now, this has nothing to do with a party, whether it's APC or PDP. The two major parties, this is the truth. They build up arms for their supporters.
Okay.
And many of these supporters on a normal day, they don't have work normal paying jobs. So the election period are like periods where they, as they say, they cash out.
Okay.
Now, after the elections, what next? They will turn the arms.
Okay.
That's exactly what we're saying now. Yes, they have to now turn those arms on the citizens. It was like before the Nigerian Civil War, my dad told me that I'm not sure he experienced armed robbery.
Okay.
Before the Nigerian Civil War. Yeah. It was after the Nigerian Civil War, those arms that were in the hands of people that were not, they were killed. Okay. They were used. That's how armed robbery started in Nigeria. Okay. So every time you're a politician and you're building up arms with your supporters, know that you're building up arms for insecurity in this country. And I feel that our political class have to do a lot to stop this trend. Okay. I do feel that the rhetorics is not helping matters. The issues, people say bandits, they are bandits. They are not criminals. And that's how the militants started in the Niger Delta. There's no difference between this and IPOP, for example. We now ask the question, what is the cost that some of these people are fighting? You kidnap people, what is your cost? You must be a rebel with a cause. Okay. You can't just be a rebel without no cause. So, we know the Nigerian Delta militants, they had a cause, which was they were fighting, they were agitating for better treatment from government and the oil companies. The IPOP people feel that they are not well treated. The Odua People's Congress, those ones, they feel that, the Yorubas were, they just, when Abdullah died and June 12th issue, they were not well treated. Now, these people that they say they are not criminals, they are bandits. What is the cause that they are fighting? Now, as a lawyer, I was listening to you, your other host was talking about rape.
Yeah.
The easiest way for you to fight crime is deterrence. Mm-hmm. If people find the Nigerian criminal justice system, as far as I'm concerned, is warped, it's skewed, and we need to track something. We need to do case tracking. It's not just for you to parade criminals on TV. Okay. You need to find out were they arraigned in court. If they were arraigned in court, what did the prosecutor do? Okay. Did he follow up, calling up witnesses and all that? And as someone who prosecutes for the defense, I find that the government prosecutors have a lot of problems. You do not have a witness protection system in place, for example, that would make someone that wants to testify against a criminal say, I know I'm protected if I testified against this person. We know how during the NSAS protest, someone left one of the prisons in Benin, went to the place where somebody testified against him. That same day. And killed the person.
Wow.
Same day. A similar scenario played out in a way after the prison breaking away. And for God's sake, my dear brother, how can we allow our correctional services that harbor the most hardened elements in this country? Yes, they be so poor.
Okay, now I'm coming to this now. You see, one of the responsibility of any government is to ensure the lives and to protect the lives of the citizens and their property.
Very well.
Now, you see, if it started with Northeast, Boko Haram. Gradually, we started having banditry Northwest. Now, Southeast, we're having no government, the gun of the known. Now, the question I want to ask is this. As a government, what do you think they should do differently? Because if somebody says something that as Nigerians, we are very good at analyzing situations like this, trying to explain the problems, so people will know how the problem is. But
so what is the solution? What are the solutions?
As a government, let's assume now that in this place this morning, I'm speaking with the president of Nigeria. That's Barrister Douglas. So what do you think you would do differently?
I'll fire out the security chiefs first.
Maybe just change this.
Well, it doesn't really matter. No. You know, the difference could just be different between half, 6 and half a dozen.
Okay.
You have to reorganize. We have to reorganize our security architecture. You know, and that will mean doing things the right way. I wrote an article titled "Funding the Nigerian Police," and I was of the considered opinion that you see those policemen you see on the road that collect money on the road. Yes. If those people don't collect that money, there will be no police business in Nigeria.
So you feel that's their motivation?
Not even their motivation. That is what they use in buying fuel.
Okay. So the millions...
The question is, where is the money that was budgeted? Where are those monies directed for those fuel? They need to fix those vehicles, right?
Yeah.
If they don't collect those money, they can't fix it. So that's why you see everybody is the people in government. They know somebody said something. Said, let me say the way he said it. General Sani Abacha, that if an insurgency tries more than 24 hours in Nigeria, the government is involved.
I want to ask you a question. Are you of the opinion that the Nigerian police system should be decentralized, having state police?
Sure.
But that's okay.
In fact, state police is even more centralized.
Okay.
How does it work in places where policing naturally work? You have the federal police that deals with federal crimes. You have the state police that deals with state crimes. You now have the city police, like Benin City, Ekboma. You now have the county police, that's the community police. It's like a four-strata structure of policing.
Okay.
You cannot have a good policing system.
And with the kind of Nigerian mindset, don't you think there's going to be an abuse of this system?
Everything is...
Especially when you allow the governor of the state, which on paper is the chief security officer of the state, to have his own police. And it's time for election, he's seeking for re-election. And he has these guys at his beck and call. Don't you think he's going to use it?
There will be no difference. Even the governor of the state is still the ones that run the structure. I can tell you that.
So we've seen cases where prior to election, we'll get order.
Those are far and in between. The truth is, a sitting governor is a very powerful person. Okay. And I also feel that we should restructure our governmental systems from leaving powers in the hands of one individual like the governor.
Okay.
To strengthening our institutions. We should have a scenario, for example, where there was the person who controls the budgeting process and controls the appointment process, controls the institution. That's why we are fighting for the independence of the judiciary. And I run a platform called the Vanguard for the Independence of the Judiciary, because I know what happens there. We should, everything should actually be from, apart from the civil service, structural agencies, they should be giving their money directly from the first land charge. Because you know that someone has a say on how your money will come. You pander to the person. Okay, now talking about decentralizing power, today is World Press Freedom Day. Yeah. In 2015, a lot of persons feel that, come on, despite the fact that Nigerians wanted a change, the election was lost and won on social media. Because Nigerians had a voice then. Very well. The question I want to ask is this. The same Nigerians we had in 2015, when Boko Haram came, they cried out that they needed a change, that they can't have a president that cannot address the issue of insecurity in the nation. It's even worse now. But it looks as if Nigerians can't talk. Are you saying now that we have been gagged in this nation? Well, I won't subscribe to that. Okay. I was on live radio some few days ago, and they were telling me that I should tone down my emotions, and I should mind. And I told them, I said, see, listen, if you don't want me to talk, don't ever call my line again.
Okay.
Unlike radio, I said, there is freedom of speech in this country.
Okay.
Section 36 of the Constitution, 36, yes, not 36, 34, talks about freedom of speech,
okay,
thought, and expression.
So what about freedom after speech? Do we have it in this nation?
Yes.
I like the way you answered. You see the way you have to take time.
I took time to answer. You see, the federal government in Nigeria, like the NBC, for example, what they do, they will now go and fine you 500,000, 1 million. They don't even have the powers to do that, because the powers to impose fine is in the hands of the court. Now, Nigerians, the problems we have, the Nigerians, we are too laid back. We can't challenge the status quo. How many can people like us do? I take up a lot of battles. Some don't even consign me. Some of them are life-threatening battles because I believed in the cost. But if you're a radio station, for example, you have lawyers working for you, you have external solicitors, and NBC slams you 1 million, you take them to court and challenge it. No radio station has ever done that. Isn't I that don't have
because they want to,
I that don't have a radio station?
They want to retain their license.
No, they don't. You see, that is why I'm trying to explain to you that we should strengthen our institutions.
Good.
The NBC is a national broadcasting code that says once you are issued a license, there are guidelines which says how and when your license can be revoked. If you do not fall within that threshold, you shouldn't be scared. This country belongs to all of us. As once we know our rights, you don't even need to be a lawyer or a human rights activist to fight for your rights. As a citizen, you can fight for your rights. BBC came to my house one day, they were talking about, I walked them out. One was going to tell me, if I had a gun, I would kill you because you are a trespasser. You understand? So we should know how to fight for our rights. Let us fight for our rights as individuals, as citizens, as institutions. Let us fight for our rights.
Thank you very much, Barrister Douglas. No better way to end this show this morning.
Thank you so much.
I like what you said. You said this country belongs to all of us.
Yes.
But we should add this line to the end of that phrase that belongs to all of us, but controlled by few of us.
Yes, I agree with you. But we also have some kind of control one way or the other. Because you're talking about the social media now. When you are able to escalate matters in the social media, something I realize that it achieves something one way or the other. So
thank you very much, Barrister.
Pleasure to be here.
And thank you very much for tuning in to watch our program this morning. Please join us on Wednesday, same time, for another edition of our breakfast show. But please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, and please like, comment, and share the program. Do have a great day.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.